Hey guys, it's Andrew with AndroidCentral.com, and I wanted to give you a quick look and walkthrough of Material, which is a social news reading app, and I know that we've seen a bunch of those before, but this one does a really good job of displaying news in a clean and succinct way with a great design. So let's jump right into it here. When you open it up for the first time, you're given this Your Account page where you'll be prompted to sign in with Twitter and Facebook, and what it does is it takes your timelines from both Twitter and Facebook and finds out what's important to you and your friends based on what's being shared around. They're not really explaining how they determine it, but I'm sure similar to other apps of this type, they're basically just looking at the different articles, seeing all the topics and things of that sort, and pulling them in. And so what differentiates Material slightly, once we jump in here, is that you're given editions, and I believe they're giving you one a day or two a day, so it's really an aggregation throughout the day, and then they present it to you like a magazine. They pull it all together and they give you categories like this. So on my first sync here, my first edition has football, politics, comedy, sports, news, and technology. Now, I actually don't care much about football, but what matters here is that it does it based on what your friends are posting about. So if I have a lot of posts about football from my friends' timelines and my friends' tweets, then it will show up here. Luckily though, you can go in here to manage interests, and you can add or remove them for the next edition. So it won't be reflected for this edition because this is already formed, so it's not real time. But after you use it, I could see for a couple of weeks, you could start getting a better feel for what's going to be coming through and what the categories that you want to see are. So at that point, it would be more of a select categories and then see within those categories what your friends are talking about. So if you start off at your very top part, they're all color coded. So you're at football here, and it's basically very reminiscent of Flipboard, and you'll see it's getting a little confused because under football we see soccer in the US, which is also football other places in the world, so things get a little messed up when you're throwing them under those main categories. But regardless, once you nail that down, it won't be an issue. You're flipping through this just like Flipboard, and it's one page at a time, and it just populates it with all of these different stories. So if you wanted to see something about Oregon State, you tap in and it'll load up. Really, it's just a mobile view of the web page. So it's really dependent on how well that page decides to render a mobile site for you to view, but I seem to have picked pretty good ones because I haven't had any issues with the mobile page not loading properly or anything of that sort. And so when you're finished with this article, you can just scroll on. Let's see, get all the way to the bottom, and you can continue to scroll up, and you'll just move on to the next article. So once you get to the very bottom of that page, see it starts loading the one below, and it'll start loading the next article. And you'll see that, and you'll start going through there. And you want to go back to the list, you hit the back button. Now, if you want to switch between the different categories, say, okay, I'm done with football, I'm going to move on, you swipe over, and now you get to the next category. So you're scrolling up and down to go within the category, tap in to go to the articles, and you're scrolling between, and you can go over to, I have comedy here, sports, see, so it's kind of redundant because you have sports and football. Again, you can edit those. And so just general news. So it's a really smooth paradigm that you can go through, find the articles that you like, and then go back to a different category or move onwards to the next articles. So that's really it at this point. Material is in beta, so we would expect more fine-tuning of feeds and features to come in the future. But for now, you can see it's extremely responsive, very smooth. The ideas are sound, and all of the display, the typography is all great. So I definitely think it's worth a look, even at just a concept stage, and we're hopeful for some of the changes that will be coming in the future. So there you are, that's Material Beta, and of course it's free in the Google Play Store. Thanks for taking a look.